Tzu Chi volunteers hand out rice, blankets and clothes to needy families in Lesotho. We meet survivors of Taiwan's 9/11 earthquake to see how they are doing 14 years after the life-changing event. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. First up in Lesotho, as the 40 tons of rice from Taiwan have arrived, Tzu Chi volunteers and local volunteers arranged for the rice and relief items to be handed out to underprivileged families. Thanks to the love donation from Taiwan and the selfless dedication of these volunteers, this winter will be a warm one for these residents.
Waiting in line for their turn to receive relief items, today Tzu Chi volunteers are holding the second rice distribution this winter. This time the distribution is organized by local volunteers. As many residents are unfamiliar with the Buddha's NGO, many were surprised upon receiving the rice from Taiwan, eco-friendly blankets and second-hand clothes.
The 20 kilogram of rice is a bit heavy for these children to carry. Even with 2 people, they still can't carry it. It is too heavy and they need help.
Just as the volunteers are ready to reach up their helping hands, the children have found a way to carry the heavy bag of rice.
Everyone has limitless potential. Although very young, she's still able to carry a heavy bag of rice.
Lesotho is a landlocked country surrounded by its neighboring country, South Africa. In the aftermath of the famine in 2007, Tzu Chi started to help poor residents by handing out relief supplies. Back then, there were only 2 certified Tzu Chi volunteers in the country. Over the years, the number of volunteers has expanded to more than 50.
Sister Tzu Chi found another village located at Hatsitsana.
After seeing the suffering, local volunteers realized that it is more blessed to give than to receive, and that to give without expectation brings ultimate happiness.
People who are sick, for the food, the survivors, we thank you very much. I don't know what can I say. I thank you very much.
Please, we need you.
Spreading love, we need love in...
Yes, and we need your work in the community.
Yes.
Thank you.
With relief items in hands, these residents are all smiles as they know this winter will be a warm one.
Moving to China, Tzu Chi volunteers from Beijing arrived at the town of Zhoukou and held a free clinic that served some 300 residents. As healthcare resources are scarce, residents, especially seniors, have no way of visiting the doctors when needed. Thus, they were all very grateful to have the opportunities to receive medical treatment. Knowing that Tzu Chi is here to hold a free clinic, 57-year-old Fu Shuming arrives in hope of receiving the treatment needed to relieve the pain in her leg. Experienced Dr. Wei first gives Fu a massage, followed by a few folk treatments, allowing her to finally walk again.
I brought and applied some medication for 2 days. I rest in bed for many days. I feel much better after the doctor's treatment.
I hope residents don't just come and go, but that they can walk away feeling that. As a doctor, I really help treat their illnesses.
Doctors participating in a free clinic are all well-known doctors from Beijing. With limited healthcare resources in Zhoukou, the medical staff work to serve some 300 patients a day. An intern from Singapore is also helping give residents blood, sugar and pressure checkups.
My hands are cold all the time. This grandpa, his hands were warmer than mine. So he held my hands and said my hands are too cold. He even rubbed my hands. I was deeply moved.
After torrential rain devastated the Fangshan district last year, Tzu Chi volunteers arrived immediately to help. A year later, these blue and white uniformed volunteers have returned to hold a free clinic, motivating the local officials to also lend a helping hand.
Caring is an act of help, and Tzu Chi volunteers continuously care for our residents.
Tzu Chi volunteers plan to return soon to hold a winter aid distribution and warm the hearts of the residents with their love and care. Each year, while city volunteers carried out winter aid distributions in China's Jiangsu province, they also came across many troubled seniors with cataracts who did not have the financial means to receive a surgery. Therefore, over the past 8 years, Tzu Chi has teamed up with the local government as well as the China Disabled Persons Federation to provide free cataract surgery to those in need. The Vision program helped some 300 residents earlier this year, and a few hundreds more are expected to receive aid in the next few months to come. Autumn is a time of harvest in Jiangsu Siyang, and Grandma Hu is busy getting her corn ready for sale. However, with blurry vision in her right eye, she can't help but blink continuously.
哪一个眼睛看不到？这个左眼是不是？右眼。哦，右眼。哦，哎，开刀了吗？还没，还没哈。没有吃。
Seeing Grandma Hu struggling to make ends meet, Tzu Chi volunteers arrive with emotional support and the hope of surgery to regain her vision.
When your eye pressure is lower and suitable for surgery, they will organize it for you. The village committee will arrange your treatment, don't worry.
Many of the younger generations have left for the city, leaving their parents' home to farm for a living. With many living on the edge of poverty, cataract surgery is a dream many dare not think of.
看不到，有点模糊是吧？哪一个眼啊？这个眼，左眼哈。
Tzu Chi began a vision program in 2005 to help aid impoverished families by giving them cataract surgery. In the next 6 months, a few hundreds more seniors are scheduled to benefit from this program as well.
开刀，眼睛开刀，不要抽烟哦。
You're getting eye surgery, so try not to smoke. It is better not to smoke. It will stimulate your body. It is healthier for you. You have to remember to use the eye drop. Let's give him an applause. We'll heard the grandpa is not smoking anymore.
For those yet to receive surgery, it means hope. And for those who have had their treatments, joy and happiness are written all over their faces.
看到香明亮的啦。举止，我们五嘛。哦，五个。光明行动，它是。
This vision program has one of the most effective results. We see positive outcomes where patients can take care of themselves and even their family immediately after surgery. The free cataract surgeries not only help senior residents see the world again, but also give them hope of a better and brighter future. In our continuing series of reports on the anniversary of the 9/11 earthquake, today we meet Grandma Liu Wu, who after losing her loved ones in the tremor, learned to extend her love to those who are less fortunate. As well, Liu Jiawen, who despite losing her parents, siblings and a leg, never gave up on her life in face of the tragic events.
刘家Wen and her sister were the only two who survived the tremor, while her parents, 2 other siblings, and her leg were all taken by the disaster.
If I can use an artificial leg, I will be able to learn how to walk by myself.
Later, Liu worked hard on her rehab and learned to walk with prosthesis. With the encouragement of Tzu Chi volunteers, she regained the hope of life and also took to the stage for dancing. On the stage, Liu was all smiles and danced with confidence.
For those who have been caring for me, I would love to share my joy of life with them.
At the 10th anniversary of the 9/11 earthquake in 2009, Liu held her own painting exhibition and later donated all the proceeds to the disaster survivors of the AA floods.
I used to cry when I was alone. Crying may make people think I am fragile, but later I realized crying is not a big deal.
Liu not only puts a smile on her face but also in her paintings.
感恩哦，祝福你哦，时时存善念哦，好来，感恩你。
On each of these bamboo banks is the illustration designed by Liu Jiawen.
This girl is more or less a projection of myself. I drew the figures of a father and mother because I missed the time when I was with them.
Now 25-year-old Liu Jiawen works as a graphic designer and an amateur illustrator.
When I draw, I rarely use dark colors. Over the past few years, I have met many people who gave me positive energy, so I hope my paintings can influence other people in the same way.
The similar positive energy also gave 80-year-old Grandma Liu Wu the strength to move on.
I lost my son and I was sad. My daughters all showed up to give me encouragement. When she stayed at home, she often got emotional and sentimental. However, after joining us and helping other people, her life has turned brighter. There are countless people out there who are less fortunate than I am. Seeing the less fortunate, I feel I am much more blessed. It was miserable indeed. However, now I have learned to leave it behind and let the good things happen. That earthquake to me was not a misery, but instead a blessing by opening the windows of opportunity.
As central Taiwan bore the brunt of the 9/21 earthquake, 80% of the buildings in Taichung's Dongsi district were damaged and 358 residents were killed. Among those, the collapse of the Dongsi dynasty complex alone resulted in the deaths of 28 residents. With help from the community, survivors quickly rebuilt their lives and homes. Today, these residents are doing what they can to pay the love forward.
Resident Mr. Xu lost his son and wife overnight.
Look at my son, he was so cute.
No longer able to enjoy the bliss of family life, only time can wash away his pain and sorrows.
The Dongshi Dynasty condominium was the first to be successfully reconstructed in Taiwan through the land exchange policy. In 2006, residents moved into the new, now named the Wenxing Imperial. The new homes brought with them a renewed sense of hope.
今天是9月的庆生会，各位住户，用餐时间到了，请到3楼。
14 years on, Tzu Chi volunteers have never left their side.
In the aftermath of the 9/21 earthquake, the first sips of water our residents had and first bites of food they ate were provided by Tzu Chi volunteers.
An earthquake began Tzu Chi's affinity in Dongshi.
We have a gathering on the first Saturday of each month. Here everyone can openly speak about their inner feelings. I keep encouraging them to walk away from their pain. Environment and homes that we live in today is not a gift that fell from the sky, but is thanks to the assistance we have received from all around.
Everyone gathers to celebrate this month's birthday stars.
We fell and we didn't know how to get back up. We were like loose sand that was eventually brought together.
During the rescue efforts, we formed a bond and friendship with the residents here, seeing the building collapse then and a new one now erected. Along with the harmony among the residents, I can truly say God has pity on those who are compassionate.
After the earthquake, we couldn't cook as we had no water and electricity. But Tzu Chi volunteers came and cooked for us.
No longer barren, lush fruits and plants bloom in this orchard.
This is too much for me. I will take some to the Tzu Chi sisters. The Shigang Elementary School, reconstructed by Tzu Chi, gives our future generations a place to study. To reciprocate, members of our community started bringing their vegetables here to be sold for charity.
The extra vegetables have been used as donations to help the sick and poor.
Most of the vegetables here are organic. Apart from eating with peace of mind, we are also spreading our love.
Wu Xiaomian's shop is always filled with fruits and vegetables donated out of love.
After the earthquake, I walked outside and saw my house half toppled. I was too scared to stay inside, so I slept on the side of the road. When I saw Tzu Chi volunteers deliver bottles of milk to the school, I also took one. I was so touched by their gesture.
The kind gesture 14 years ago is what has motivated Wu Xiaomian to continue devoting herself to charity work and paying forward the love she once received to others.
Brother Lai stayed by the temple. He would chat with whomever he came across. People often looked down on him and shouted at him. I couldn't bear to see him being treated like that, so I invited him to join us.
Ordinary people with big hearts, these residents have, in disaster's wake, found hope and happy beginnings.
In our continuing report on education in the Dominican Republic, the rise in unemployment rate means that many younger people nowadays have to work part-time jobs to complete their university studies. To help solve the illiteracy issue, Tzu Chi established a school to give the younger generation a chance to continue to study. And in 2010, the Tzu Chi La Romana School also opened up evening classes for adults who wish to have the second chance at learning and thus finally have the opportunity to escape poverty.
As dusk approaches here, at La Romana province in the Dominican Republic, many wearing yellow uniforms start to show up at the Tzu Chi school. There are not parents picking up their children, but students attending adult education. 66-year-old Lorenza, who suffers from vision impairment, carefully walks up the steps with the help of her husband. She has done the same routine twice a week over the past 3 years because she does not want to be illiterate anymore.
I am very happy and thankful that my husband gives me the chance to leave the house to study. Sometimes when I don't know a word, he helps me.
Lorenza's husband speaks 4 languages, and he hopes through learning how to read, his wife can be a better housewife.
If your wife is knowledgeable, then she will be able to help her husband with many different circumstances.
In the Dominican Republic, there are many who do not know how to read, as it's not unusual for children to drop out of school because of family finances. Thus, in 2010, Tzu Chi set up an evening adult education in La Romana. To date, there are already 330 graduates.
Many families don't have the extra income for tuition, so the children will find jobs to financially help out their mother and forgo education.
Lorenza works at the hospital and 3 years ago got up the courage to attend school. Now she is finally graduating kindergarten.
I like to help deliver children, so my wish is to be an obstetrician.
Alumna Simona returned as a guest speaker for the graduation ceremony.
Tzu Chi continues to be by my side. I graduated in 2006, but I have never stopped learning.
When Simona graduated from elementary school, her mother was diagnosed with breast cancer and her family's finances were in jeopardy. Thankfully, with Tzu Chi's assistance, Simona was able to continue on to middle school and graduate. 3 years ago, Simona started working. Although her monthly salary is only around $141, nonetheless, she still treasures every penny of it, as this job is sufficient to provide for her family and give her extra money to attend college in the city.
If I did not meet Tzu Chi, then I would not have been able to continue with my studies and my life would not be how it is now. I don't know how my life would have turned out without Tzu Chi.
Previously, the young people in this community would commit a lot of crime, do drugs and drink because they did not have much else to do.
A desire to pursue knowledge is stabilizing the slums of the Dominican Republic, as the establishment of a school has not only given the young people of this garbage mountain a chance to pursue their dreams, but the old people as well.
In the United States, the Tzu Chi Education and Development Department in New Jersey organized a training seminar on September 7th for teachers from various branches of Tzu Chi's education mission, where they were able to learn the organization's educational philosophy as well as the updated teaching resources.
飞扬扬，你看新的铅笔，好棒，给你写，谢谢你。你看他这么开心，我是不是做了一件很有意义的事情？做好事跟偷东西应该没有关系吧？
Tzu Chi volunteers in the United States perform a skit to help teachers from the Tzu Chi schools empathize with students.
我们做对的事情。
Everyone remember that we need to use proper methods to do the right thing, as we have to not only remember the correctness of what we do, but also remember to treat others with a kind attitude.
一根手指头跟一根手指头等于。 还是一根手指头啊？是2根手指头。你怎么这么笨啊？1+1等于2，你都不会？你是猪啊？我不是猪，我是羊啊。这个情景有没有？教育是一条漫长的路。
Education is an endless path, so we have to be patient. But children need to be taught as early as possible while they're young.
New Jersey's Tzu Chi Education and Development Department brought together Tzu Chi Academy teachers from northeastern and central New Jersey and Philadelphia for a day of professional development.
但是我们近思语
A lesson plan is a tool, but the key of successful 近思 aphorism teaching is in the teachers.
Based on their understanding of theory and practical classroom experience, teachers share ideas on running and managing classes. Through whole-person education, Tzu Chi aims to actively nurture the moral character of students. This annual preparation for the new school year is also an opportunity for teachers' own personal growth.
As Typhoon Usagi made its way to China, Xiamen Tzu Chi volunteers who were on their home visitation for the coming winter aid distributions arrived at Tong'an district. Besides reminding the residents of the then coming storm, volunteers also promised to return soon to help renovate many broken and leaking roofs. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.